Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? You are now watching Knicks Freestyle. Y'all know what it is. It's that time of the week where you get the most honest and open opinions about topics that exist in Knicks universe. And Anthony D wanted me to tell everybody that make sure you watch Knicks Freestyle so that old school Knicks can have some competition. Let me introduce the creator, the owner, and everything Knicks Freestyle. Free Key.
What it do? What it do? What it do? What's up, good people? Cheers. Like, yeah, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you live and direct from Saint Martin, the French side, French Caribbean. So yeah, I'm having a great week. I'm having a great personal week, but a bad next week. Look, man. Oh, I want to thank you, good folks. I want to thank you, good folks, because apparently, there's like out of the blue. This not us. This not me. This not us. This not you. But other people want to take shots at us for some reason, and I don't know. I don't know why. But we getting shots taken at us. But I'm gonna say this: salute to you, good folks. Salute to you, good folks that make other cats salty. It's much appreciated. Thank you
Wow.
for your attention, because they made it. Because y'all made this show something to beat on this network.
Right. Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna hit this thing real quick, and then we can ask. Hey, y'all, I'm turning this camera off because it's glitching up on me. So right, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna play this, and y'all already know what segment this is. Free Keith, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind? What's on my mind is that well, I got a question. I was told that once we traded Randall, once we traded RJ, that it was the end of the stand era. No more stands. No more player stands. Like now we all team guys and it's team Knicks and everybody getting the smoke if the smoke gotta get got. But now I'm realizing that it seems like when we win a game, the guys who did the work get praised. Oh, we putting JB on our back, on our shoulders. We putting Cat on our shoulders. Great game. But when we lose games, it's Tibbs' fault. It's just wild to me. I'm watching this game last night where we were supposed to put this team away. We're supposed to be resting right now for the Celtics matchup. We're supposed to be resting right now, but why aren't we? Because apparently we go into a playoff game and these people who profess that they aren't stands anymore feels like, oh, no smoke, no smoke for the all-star starters that we have on the team that pretty much combined shot 9 for 31. No smoke. No smoke at all. That's wild. It's wild to me that we come out of a game 59% shooting from the free throw line, and it's Tibbs' fault.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
He showed up.
wild.
Did he show up? Is that him
I,
backstage?
I don't know. I don't know if he was even. I mean, is he there? Because maybe it sounded like he wasn't at the game yesterday. Because he didn't tell them to make their free throws. Um, So I guess they forgot because he didn't instruct them to do that.
Hey,
And I
Freaky,
get,
I think he here. Hold on. I think he here.
oh, pull him up.
All right,
I'd
I
like to
got
talk to him.
you. All right, I got you. Oh, party people, it's Cowboy Bob. What's good, Cowboy Bob?
What's
Salute.
up? What's up? What's up? Salute everybody.
Bro, you
Good
please don't come
evening.
up
Good
here
evening.
with beef for Free Keith, bro. Please don't do that, bro. We all get
Yo,
along.
Yep,
yo,
you can.
relax, relax,
Nah, bro. Nah, I got your back, bro. We going down together, bro. Straight
relax,
up.
relax.
If we going down together, bro. Like, nah, Cassie just gonna come up on the channel and just be like trying to take over Knicks Freestyle or whatever. Cowboy Bob was good, man.
Nah, I'm
Save your
good,
beef.
man. I'm chilling. I want to
Say,
hear what you got to say because it sounds different out here, man.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, come on, dog.
Mm-hmm. It sounds real
yo,
bad.
yo, the inconsistency that we play with is not going to cut it. We're gonna get past this round. I I have no doubt that we'll beat this team, but we should have been we should have been resting and studying up for the Celtics game right now. This is like the Celtics series. This is the issue that I'm having. This team is a much lower rated team, much less on paper, much less talent. You know what I'm saying? And I know the easy answer is to blame Tibbs, but Tibbs ain't on the court shooting 59% on at the free throw line. I don't know if he told them to not hit the free throws. I don't know he told Brunson to go 5 for 14. I don't know if he told them that to not hit shots. I don't know if he told Cat to go for 4 for 16. I don't know if he did that. But yeah, if he did, let's fire Tibbs. But to me, the elements of losing a game that you lose by 3 points and looking at so much of that, like that's literally like one possession we lost by, and all like I'm gonna throw in Mitch's even though some of them passes were bad passes, but Mitch's buttery hands.
No, 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 no. Wait, no, 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 no. Those are bad passes to Mitch, bro. And it's about time they started finding him. It only took them 90 games to realize Mitchell Robinson was an actual NBA player. It
I
only took
appreciate
90 games to realize that you
I,
can't just, yeah, it just can't happen like that, bro. You just can't all of a sudden say, hey, I'm gonna start feeding the big man we never fed before.
When are you
okay.
gonna give when are you gonna give Detroit actual credit? And I'm not gonna say
Yo, this
credit.
is not even. I'm not saying. I think Detroit. I think Detroit is actually like they're playing a brand of passionate basketball
Mm-hmm.
that it's like I'm going to say that it actually pushes past their skill level. No way in the world that journeyman like Beasley and Hardaway should be killing us like this. No
And
way.
Tobias Harris.
It's
But
Tobias Harris.
but
It's
but
passion. They playing with passion, bro.
But that dog is something we don't got. For some
Yes.
reason, when they have it, it gives them every single game outside of the first game. They've actually been in the leads in the third quarter to where we actually took over the lead. They came back. We went into the lead the first game. But when you look at the last three games, it's like we were close and they just gave up at some point. But that fight and that dog that they have that kept them in the game, playoff game after playoff game, then relying on guys like Schroeder, that's what stories are built off of. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you really think about it, it's kind of a sad thing that we might actually probably lose. like there's a possibility because if we're struggling with a team like this,
We
then
not
I
losing.
feel like
Lose to who?
there's
Lose
something
to
that we
them?
might there's a possibility still because we ain't closed it out yet.
Oh, he here. He here. Y'all be quiet. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. He here.
Hey, look, he ain't
In the
lying.
building.
He ain't
Ladies and
lying.
gentlemen, let
I
me
don't think that I
introduce
don't think that we lose this series.
the
I
intellectual
don't think that we
side
lose this series, but the
of,
fact that we have not
Knicks
put it away.
Freestyle. The ghetto intellect is in the building.
What's this, a takeover? Ain't no takeover. What's this? Cowboy Bob,
You see
you
how
thought you
he
was
is?
safe?
You
You
see how he
wasn't
do
safe.
me?
You
See
wasn't
how he
safe.
do me?
You wasn't remotely safe. We ain't the hottest show on the network. We got competition. I don't know what y'all thought. What y'all thought? What y'all think this is? Ain't nothing sweet out here. We outside. We live
Yeah,
outside. We wondering when we gonna go inside. That might not happen yet. No time soon. No sir. They say we outside. Cincinnati, we slide. Yo, salute to the chat, man.
yeah,
Salute
man,
to
I
the
miss you,
network.
brother.
Free Keith, Cowboy Bob, Freezy as usual. Even though you be on some real drama, you know
I'm
what I
swinging.
mean.
I'm swinging Mizunos now, bro.
Even though you always stirring the pot, salute to you for running this amazing network.
That
To
man
the
just
chat,
said. That man just said he wondering why he the only one getting 5,000 views for his show.
listen, listen. We ain't asking all that because me and Free Keith, while we love the network, we love the dough. We love the dough. Hey, gotta let it show. We love the dough. Hey,
Right.
we're in exotic islands.
I can't
That
believe
background look normal to you. Keith's background
Yo,
look normal to you. Ain't nothing normal about
That
this.
looked like a
We do
virtual
we
background,
do
bro. I thought that was a virtual
completely
background.
abnormal things, and the network was acting funny. Well, yeah, exactly.
nigga,
I thought
The
that was
nigga,
a
network.
virtual
yeah,
background, bro.
this is how
Computer generated.
freestyle. This is how we do on
Yeah,
freestyle.
exactly.
We out here running cities. We out here running cities. We in other countries. So y'all can keep y'all local population and y'all local views. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, get more and more gray every day. I ain't get as gray as Keith, but you see, I'm in there. So,
Yeah,
like, we don't know what y'all talking about out there. We with all of that. Our contract wasn't looking right this year, so we showed up when we wanted to. When you had the best running show for 4 years on this network, you could do that and come back and poof, take
Cowboy
off.
Bob. He ain't with you, Cowboy
Poof.
Bob.
And poof. So again, salute to the chat. We see y'all out there. We're gonna talk to y'all in a second. But things ain't right. Things ain't right in Nickland. Things ain't right. There's nothing special that the Pistons are doing but playing basketball. They ain't in no trick bag. They running they screen strong. I'm seeing them run screens and we falling back. They not shooting no jump shots at a high rate. They got two guys that are pumping nothing but blood into their system, and the other guys is feeding off it. We played the same Tobias Harris last year next to Tyrese Maxey and Embiid, and we didn't even know he existed. Now he's playing next to Cade and my boy the German, and things are happening differently. This Duran guy who we could have drafted, who we passed for somebody else, is just beasting inside and doing what it is that Mitch used to do before Mitch got injured. They are absolutely just playing basketball, not caring about the names on the back of the jersey. This is what happens when you just get a raw team. I don't know what the Knicks are going to do. We should win 1 out of 3. If not, there's going to be a lot of changes. You got to know that 5 picks of the first round puts a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You played in Brooklyn. You know what New York is about. The, my boy Michael Bridges, this ain't Villanova. You've got to go out when you see things not happening, and you got to do what does. I'm not waiting no more. It ain't supposed to be no shots for me. I'm supposed to be the fourth option. No, I'm going out here and getting mine. Once you give me the ball, I'm not waiting. I don't know what's going on. And listen, the bottom line is we still don't defend the rim. Bottom line, we still don't defend the rim. And Keith said it in the text. You shoot 56% from the free throw line in the playoffs. Brunson being the leader misses. He misses and ones. The and ones you gotta make. That sets your team up. And one. You gotta make that. You go to they picking you to shoot the technical fouls. You can't miss those. At the end of the half, you getting 2 free throws to tie the score. You can't miss those, and you missing in key times. And don't get me wrong, he is Mr. Clutch. It's easy to kind of be Mr. Clutch when you got the ball 60% of the time in the fourth quarter, and so you setting yourself up to be Mr. Clutch. It's not like you're doing it because other guy. You're doing it because everybody else is standing around, going to the wings, and you go one on one against somebody. They running over and running a drag screen for you, and you getting the man you want, and you going one-on-one. But this is not. This is the basketball we played all year. This is the basketball that made us inconsistent. You talk about 50 wins. We beat up on all the bad teams. But what are you what is your identity? Night in, night out, other than being Mr. Clutch in the fourth quarter, why are you one of the worst third quarter teams of every team left in the playoffs? We come out in the third quarter and we're down going into the fourth quarter almost every game by 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 points. And then we make this run in the last 3 to 4 minutes. You're not beating nobody like that. So that is what we have done the first 4 or 5 games of this series. And that is who we're becoming. And hey, we may get out of this round, but you may possibly get swept next round. I
How
don't
could
know
you
what
say
has
that?
to change.
I got three quick things from what you just said. Number one, Bridges. It's too late for him, buddy. You should have been stepped up. You had 82 games to do that. Now all of a sudden we're expecting you to do something, especially when Tibbs takes you out of the game when we need shooters on the court, when McBride's shooting his free throws to bring in Mitch and Cat to do the rebound. That to me, you can't say nothing about that with Bridges. Bridges is who he
Yeah,
is,
Cowboy Bob.
and we need to
Let's
accept
go.
it. Number two, when you said about this identity, they have the identity. They're in every single game. They're in, except for the first game, where at the fourth quarter, actually, they came back and we started winning because they got into the lead early into the fourth, and we came back 10 minutes in. That right there, it shows that, like I've been telling everybody, you cannot rely on a 21-0 run or a 21-3 run in the next game that we won. This is not sustainable. So, like I've been telling y'all, you start off Brunson with him doing what he's doing. He has his legs ready for the fourth quarter. The first 2 quarters, remember, didn't we talk about this, Keith? First 2 quarters, it should be everyone on the team getting theirs in the third quarter, let Cat eat, because we've seen how productive Cat is. So, that being said, there's nothing wrong with what's going on. We're not playing like a good team. And the
But what
identities
is
you
the
speak of,
identity? What is it? You
we
said
don't
we
have
got one.
any.
That's what I
That's
said.
the,
We
that's
don't have an identity.
no, because the thing is 1 minute we can go and show you a performance of 10 minutes of a good game, but then blow out the whole rest of the game. That's not an identity. You
You
have to
agree with
have
me. So
some
you
type
agree
of
with me. I said
consistency.
we don't have an identity. We both
No,
saying
no.
the same thing.
What I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that we don't or do. I'm just saying it's not sustainable because what Detroit's doing compared to whatever identity we may think we have, it's better basketball. They're in games, they're cutting into leads, they're coming back fighting with guys of lesser talent. That to me shows more to their team spirit than us.
But
So
it's not the basketball of it all that really is where they're dominating. Like dog, like we are like this better basketball. We are the better basketball players. They have they have the bigger heart and aggressiveness for the moment, and that's what we're not stepping up to. They are dogs. They're the team we was last season.
and also what happened? He froze.
No, no, no. I'm just saying they're the
He
team
was
we
saying
was
that's who
last
we was
season.
last year.
Okay.
That's who we was last season. Like we are playing, and the tail of the numbers lets you know that even as we're losing, we're actually playing good defense. That's cool, but there's an there's an offensive grittiness that we're not playing with.
Okay? Do you notice that the last few games they haven't even shot the three ball as often as we have? They've even out rebounded us, and not this game, but
Bro,
the one before it. They've out rebounded us. So again, it's like the little things in basketball that we've been talking about outside of the free throws, outside of everything else, we don't have. But we're the better team on paper, and we shouldn't be panicking when we're losing games to a team that's less talent, even though they tripled their wins from last season, even though they developed a young player in Cade Cunningham a lot quicker than most. And now they're actually a threat because what they're doing is actually what stories are built off of. Think about it. They beat us, then what? What are you going to say? It's a possibility because, to be honest with you, we should have closed out the last game. We had at least multiple plays outside of the free throw shot that we could have won it.
There
And
was
I'm
no
gonna even
sense of urgency, Conboy.
even the last play. I even talked to Unc about it backstage. The last play, Brunson cut to the basket rather than stay in his position. Had he stayed there after the missed free throw and it got tapped, he would have been able to catch it and probably would have got the shot off. But then again, are we going to sit here and blame it on the free throws? Are we going to blame it on that play? No, we blame it on the team as a whole who doesn't have what it needs to win yet. We're not a championship team the way we're playing.
and I don't, and it's funny because I don't want to hear that. I
But
don't
it's
want to
true
hear
though.
that. No,
We
no, no,
shouldn't
no. The
be hearing
reason
that.
why it might be true. It might be true. You're 100%. It might be true, but I don't want to hear fans. I don't want to hear fans saying that as an excuse because before these trades, coming out of what we of the hellstorm that we came through of last playoffs, dude, we were we were considered a contender just off of that performance with not even all of our guys because like all of the injuries, but like the team that we were and the fight and the, what you call that we had and exhibited, like yo, like we came out before these trades, before the McHale trade, before the Cat trade, we were considered contenders. I don't want to hear that like we got better on paper and now we're not contenders anymore. Nah, that's unacceptable.
If we're
I
not
got to
putting
I
forth
got
the effort,
no,
you
I feel you.
we're
I
not
feel
putting
you.
forth the
I'm
effort.
just
So then, what is that? It's like
I
telling me, "Oh, you expect." Okay, because if that's the case, then Bridges wouldn't have the struggles he's having. McBride would have never been in the situation he was, the way he missed both his free throws when he could have made the first one, but then tried extra hard on the second one, and we almost lost that. We would have never gotten to issues with our fouls. We would have had Brunson better protected with some of the plays that we did on defense. And another thing, why are we not using Josh Hart to continue to pull out the big man and doing the rotation? And one more thing, you brought up Jade
no,
Duran.
they're
You brought
not
up
following
Duran.
him.
But
They're
Duran, do
not.
y'all not realize that Duran, Stewart, and also what's that dude? Harris. Those three guys are attacking Cat in a formation to where they actually the whole time it's been Stewart. When we won the game and Stewart wasn't there, that was because we won by what 3 points, I think, or 2 points, and that was only because Stewart wasn't there.
We
What
actually
they're
won. We
doing
actually lost the first game he sat out.
no. I thought it was a second one
Hey,
that
yeah,
didn't
No,
y'all mind if I ask Freaky for a question?
go ahead.
he sat out. He sat out the second game, and we lost that game.
Yeah,
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 right,
yeah.
right.
Go ahead.
So what I wanted to ask Free Keith, because I think what Free Keith said to me makes sense. I think I'm connecting with Free Keith on what he's saying. The only thing though I would ask is if that's the case, what do you say to the heroic efforts from the role players in last night's game that kind of didn't get us over the hump? But and let me point out the heroic moments. There was a moment when the Knicks where the shot clock was winding down and OG Anunoby hit a Hail Mary 3 over Cade Cunningham, and it was a bucket that kept us in the basket. Also, Karl Anthony Towns, when Jalen Brunson got hurt on that play and we didn't have a point guard in the half court, Karl Anthony Towns pulled up from about 33 feet and knocked in a 3. And we didn't know Jalen Brunson was hurt until they stopped the game. And then another heroic effort was out of a timeout late. Mikal Bridges caught hit a fadeaway 3 out the corner when he had been cold all game. Not to mention our heartstring Mitchell Robinson got a double-double in last night's game, right? And in a game where it was more helter-skelter, more of a weird, rabid pace, and not really set up for a big man to grab a lot of boards. Mitchell, the only flaw in Mitch's game last night was he looked tired on some plays because he didn't play that many. Before that, he had a minutes restriction basically on him, and he didn't hit all of his free throws. But that's something that we live with Mitch. You trade offensive rebounding for bad free throw shooting, but that man looked like a monster last night. And so you got like certain heroic efforts last night from certain players. The only thing that we didn't get was the heroic effort that we usually get from Jalen Brunson. Could we just attribute that last night's loss to the fact that Jalen Brunson is dealing with an ankle injury, and any team whose best player is hurt is going to be hampered regardless of what team they play? That's my question, Free Keith. I know it was long.
No, that's cool. And I agree. And I agree. That sounds cool logically, but I'm gonna say two things. First of all, if you did if you didn't win the game, those weren't heroics. That's number one. Number two is that all of these excuses that come out of the mouth for like JB and Cat, this, that, and the other. I remember when Randall was our best player, this dude did not get these excuses, bro. Y'all, Cat's kicked his back in every game. No excuses. The man was injured. Bad game. No excuse. What is all these excuses now that we got a better team? What's with all the excuses? Cat shot 4 for 16, and you telling me that one shot is a heroic? Man, get the hell out of here. Dog, man, yo, dude, it's disgusting how the stands, like, like the player stands, like that don't wanna hold any of these dudes to account. OG had a great game. We lost because the two superstar all-star starters that we have on our team shit the bed. It's okay. It's one game, but we can call a spade a spade. Man, I opened up Twitter today and I'm seeing cats blame the water boy, Tibbs. Oh, everything is Tibbs. Dude, like, man, it's disgusting. It's okay. I know JB won't mess up every game, but he messed up that game, and it's okay. It's okay to point him out. Cat shot like shit. It's okay to point it out. Damn. This team, all I'm saying is performances like that is not getting us past Boston. Period. Y'all could blame who y'all want. You could blame Tibbs. You could blame the fourth string water boy, whoever the hell y'all want. That kind of performance. I loved OG. I love OG. OG had a great game. I love him. If OG is your OG is your leading scorer with 19 points, you're losing the game. You're losing the game in the playoffs. Period. Period. Come on, man. So let's stop peeing. Like, don't piss in my face and tell me it's water, bro. Like, nah.
All I'm saying is it might not even be enough to beat Detroit at this moment.
Nah, dude, we getting past Detroit. Nah, I just know it's not enough to get past to get past Boston. I know that.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like what you are is what you are, and what you've shown to me, and what I think you are two totally different things. At some point, like I told you, if you get, regardless of what happens with Brunson, you have to find a way to get Cat way more involved. And you have to find others to get involved. But to me, it's like, it's more than a coaching issue. I think it's actually the players. And I think that it's more to it than just the players. Something's not clicking, and I don't know what it is. But it's going to fall on Tibbs.
Cat is going to fall on Tibbs. It's cool. Like, if we get knocked out in this first round, dog, Tibbs is gone, and I'm gonna applaud that. And I'm gonna applaud that because now I want another coach in here so y'all can see that it's these cats. It's not like we had a good mix. We had the mix that we should have ran with and kept. That's the mix that we should have developed. This mix right here, the better on paper mix, is the softer heart mix because and that's the stuff that don't go on the stat sheet. Ooh,
What
what's this person's heart like? Are they a dog? Cat is a 10-year veteran in this league. He's been a star the whole time. What you mean they're not getting him involved? I don't even see him on the sidelines like getting mad that he's not getting involved. He don't care. Come on, man.
I was gonna
Get
ask
the
you,
fuck out of here.
since you
Fuck out
said
of
that,
here.
I'm curious, what coach would you replace Tibbs with then?
Oh no, you're missing my point. Replace him with whoever the hell you want. Replace him with whoever you want. I don't think the problem is the coach.
But then why would you see? That's what I was just
You're
talking
mi-
about.
you're missing the sarcasm, bro. You're
No, no,
missing.
no,
Come
no,
on,
no.
stay with me.
I
Somebody
understand.
has to pay.
I
Somebody's got to
understand.
take the fall. Somebody's got to
What I'm
take the
saying
fall for the
is why?
failures.
Why does it
And it's
always
gonna
got
be
to be the
Tibbs.
coach? Why does
That's
it
because
always got to
that's
be the
how
coach?
it's been historically in all professional sports.
Bro,
But
that's how it
so with
works,
the
bro.
coach, four
That's
out of
how
the
it
last
works.
5 years we've been in the playoffs. 3 of those years we've actually had talent double over each
Yep,
year. And on top
yep,
of that, we've even gotten back-to-back wins as well as
yep.
also being relevant. So you're gonna blame the coach and be okay with them replacing the
That's what
coach rather
professional.
than holding the players
That's
accountable,
how it goes.
rather
Gang,
than holding
gangster, gangster. You living in a time period like just 2 years ago. You saw a coach win Coach of the Year, then get fired.
Mike Brown, and
Yeah,
he's also talking about
bro.
Malone as well.
Gangster, it happens, bro. I'm
But that's
but I'm with you. You're speaking all the logic that you my thing about getting rid of I know that he's going to be the scapegoat if this falls apart in the first round. I'm telling you, I know he's going to be the scapegoat. Me personally, Free Keith, he's not my scapegoat. I know what the real problem is, but they're not going to address the real problem. You know why? Because Cat, number one, Cat is Leon's pet project that he's been trying to get here for like 3 seasons. Cat ain't going nowhere, so they're not gonna say like, oh, he playing too soft or this, that, and the other. He the problem. They're not gonna say that. They're definitely not gonna question JB. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? JB actually gets better in the playoffs. His numbers are better come playoff time. They're not going to look at the team and evaluate it for the material of the team that's beyond basketball, like measure of a man type stuff. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do is fire Tibbs. That's what they're going to do.
But this is the thing, though. Do you even know why we're in the situation we're in? The struggles is the fact that we don't have a confident bench to go to that can help us out,
Because you
and they're gonna
used all.
blame. Wait,
You
hold on.
used.
They're gonna blame. They're gonna blame Tibbs for that, but that's not fair. So again, you're gonna get mad at a man who brought you to the playoffs and taught you different schemes and different plays. Blame him rather than try to get him the support he need. Because every year he's gotten better. The first time Randall went to the playoffs, we didn't get swept. We got Brunson. We've never looked back, and we've always been better every year after every year without our other superstar, with who we got now. The different changes, and this is the first year of them playing together. They've always won under Tibbs. So
Won
everyone
what?
telling me that they're okay with him being
One
the
what?
Won what?
scapegoat,
They
What?
won what?
that's not what this is
They
about. He
won
should
what?
never be the
What?
scapegoat.
They
What did they
won what?
win?
You
What
said
they
they
won?
won under
What on
Tibbs.
other
Won what?
Tibbs? What did they win?
They've won a lot of games. The back-to-back 50 games. They've won.
That means
They've been
nothing.
relevant again. We've been the top 5 team in the last 3 years.
That means nothing.
It doesn't matter when you come from trash. You have to build up somewhere and
We
hold a certain type
this
of.
is a 6-year run now.
And how long
Boston,
did it take Boston to win their championship?
they
And how
went to
many
finals
changes?
though. They went
Wait,
to
hold on. How many changes did they go through? How many
they
different
went to
coaches they went through till
Cowboy
they got
Bob.
their system fine?
Cowboy Bob. They went to Eastern Conference Championships and they went to the
Twice.
NBA championship.
They went to twice. They lost one and they won one. And here's another thing. It took them years to get into this system. It
Don't
took at
forget,
least 5 years. This minimum doubt.
and they
This is
went
the
through
first year
and
that
they
they're
went through
playing
3
together.
coaches in that process.
Exactly. And this is the
And
first
we
year
only
of this
been
team
one.
being together. And this coach has given us nothing but production.
He's getting fired. You can argue all you
Nah.
want. He's getting fired.
I
That
love
that to me that
yo.
to me is a cop out, and that means that you don't believe in the system because the
No,
real issues
no, no,
are
no, no,
been
no, no, no. See, you're having the wrong conversation, Cowboy. I don't know about you. I don't know about GI, but I'm gonna tell you, I love Tips. There's no other coach in the team in the league that I feel like would be the best coach for what the Knicks gotta come with. Knicks have to come with top notch defense. Knicks have to be a rough and rugged team. They have to because you know why? MSG is the stage that all the other teams bring their best offense to. So you have to have the best defense. So you know what? I want the best defensive coach. I love Tibbs. I love Tibbs. I don't see a problem with Tibbs, but I know sports. I know sports, bro. I don't want him to get fired, but I know what's going to happen if we don't. If we mess around, if we mess around and lose this series, he will be the scapegoat. That is how sporting pro sports work, bro.
And then this
Because
summer they're
Leon,
gonna.
because Leon is going to need to have somebody to blame. Why? Because then the axe is going to come down on his head.
And next summer, they'll be firing Leon and them once they
Exactly.
see Giannis get traded for less than what they got Michael Bridges for. Then they will see, just like Luca got traded for less than what Michael Bridges for. Many players got
See,
traded for less than what we paid Michael Bridges, and then Leon Rose and them will pay the price.
I can't
And I
believe
hate
you when you go that route because to me, what you're telling me is that
not
no
you
matter what
again.
happens, we're never gonna hold the players accountable, or we're never
You're
gonna hold the organization accountable.
Who is we? This is my point. You're missing. We don't have any control. If it was we, I would keep Cole. I would keep Tibbs. I would keep Tibbs and move the parts that's actually wrong. I don't want Tibbs to go.
Do
I
you not
know how
remember
good.
that we was boycotting a few years ago the whole regime about how
Not a
Bro,
few.
pigtails and all of that?
Not a few. 2019. We're in 2025 now, son. 6 years
Uh,
later.
But that's what I'm
You
saying. Like
their
we did that. Why can't we
lifespan of a
do
coach is
something
not
like
that
this
long.
to where no, no, no. What I'm saying is that was for whatever reason, but this is a more valid reason. Why are we as Knicks fans showing more respect and understanding of how hard it is to win with a
Well,
coach? Because we
well,
just we
well,
just
the other
talked about
point is
Boston.
this:
Three
I'm not
different
putting.
coaches
Let
before
me
they
let
won
me
their
get this, Key.
championship, and it
I'm
took
not
them a
putting
long time.
Cowboy Bob.
you're not getting it.
I'm not putting. First of all, the coach should have screamed when he said, "You're going to give me my best two players or two of the worst defensive players in the league." You're not giving. I'm a defensive coach. You're not giving me Brunson and Cat and telling me to go win with them when I got to be with them in the fourth quarter and they can't stop anything. They can't stop. They're intentionally running screens to get Cat out on Cade, and Cade is walking to the free throw line. Once he gets in that, you think we talk about Michael Bridges having a spot up short mid-range game. Man, Cade is killing us and we can't stop it at all, and it's because JB is easily screened. Michael Bridges is easily screened. Even OG can't get over the screens. OG see the screens, he's starting to cheat automatically, so OG is opening up and then there's pinning them in. That lane is so wide open that the roster was poorly constructed. They did too much in one season. If you were going to go get Cat, then you don't go get my cow. You don't spend all of that capital in one off season and run and throw all your chips in with a half of with you don't even got pocket aces. You got two tens throwing all your work hoping you're gonna beat something. It was a
Nah, this is
bad
crazy.
roster move, and Tibbs is they mans in them. He gonna pay the price for CAA.
Not
No, no,
you
no,
blaming that on
no.
Bridges. When Bridges
They're
is
not
the
gonna
guy that
fire
blocked a
him.
7-footer at the rim to make us win the game. When Bridges has shot numerous of times, has shot a lot of good games for us to be where we're at. So now
Worth
you're gonna throw it
worth
in and
worth
say that
five worth
trade.
five worth five first round draft picks.
It doesn't matter where we're at. Where we're at is based off of hard
No,
work and dedication. And as bad as he's played, he's also contributed a lot. He's helped out a lot on defense. There's been a lot of other players. Have you not remembered when we pointed out about him against Trey Young? early in the season and Trae Young was beating him, and then the next following games, he was locking him down. Nobody has been talking about his defensive adjustments. Everyone's worried about his offense. But now after the trade and after where we're at, everyone's saying that was the problem. That was never the problem. The problem was we never hold these guys accountable from jump. We just thought that we were talented enough on paper and what we're getting is good enough to win when it's not. They need Tobias Harris. They need a veteran.
Yo, y'all mad in the moment, bro. If the Knicks would have won last night, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, bro.
We'd be having it next round.
If the Knicks won last night, bro, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
We'd be having it next round. And the Knicks didn't win. And the Knicks
that's the point, Freezy.
And they didn't win.
And so if that's okay, hold on. If that's the case, what G.I. said, okay, let me get in the lane with G.I. said, right? G.I. said, we would be having it later, and the Knicks didn't win, right? So how do we take?
I said we'd be having it next round.
Next round. That's what
I started having it 2 weeks ago when we were 1-12 versus the best teams in the league.
Right. Duly noted. What I'm saying is, how do we have that conversation about the players then? Right. And then Tom Thibodeau was the coach, and we didn't win, and we up here defending the coach that didn't win. But then say we would be having this conversation in the next round if the Knicks won. You see how you see what I'm saying? This is like Waffle House where we at right now.
The only way you were saving this season
should be good for the gander. We can't say on one hand that the players are letting us down and it's not the coach's fault. And then at the same time, the scenario is if the Knicks won, right, we probably would be pushing this conversation off. If we lost, Tom Thibodeau, the leader of the product on the floor, is just as accountable as the players.
I agree with you.
Accountable? No. Is he?
What's so funny about that? What's so funny about that though is that when we win, Tom Thibodeau is never in the conversation. So stop it. Nobody talks about Tom. Nobody credits Tom when we win. Nobody credits him when we win. Come on, stop lying, Freaky.
Freaky, did you hear me say that? Because here's the thing. When Tom Thibodeau, when we won game 1, I praised Tom Thibodeau for 3 whole days.
You did.
Right? I praised him for 3 whole days.
You said he outcoached. You said he outcoached him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was saying that man, when you give him time, he can outfox anybody when you give him time.
But obviously your take was wrong 2 weeks later.
Yeah, right. And so obviously now when there's only one day in between games, he doesn't have as much time to put something together to outfox everybody right now. And then the other thing too that we don't realize is this: the Knicks legitimately in game 6 will be the 10th time that the Knicks played the Pistons this year. There is no more strategy, right? There are no more schemes, right? This is not a front office thing. We played them 9 times already. We are who we are, and they are who they are.
And we are who we are because the front office put the roster together.
Right.
Thank you.
But it's April, dog. When we played them, it'll be May. This happened in October. We not holding the coach accountable for nothing. You gave this coach the pieces in October, and it's April, dog. And we saying that we blaming the front office when the coach had this team since October.
So that don't tell you nothing about the pieces?
Yes, pieces.
So that don't tell you nothing about the pieces?
It tells me about the chef.
Are you silly? So you're telling me if just because the front office,
everybody free,
so you're saying
blaming the ingredients and not the chef. Okay.
If we brought back the same team from last year,
serious?
And risk now, we know why we didn't bring back the same team from last year, because why risk losing Randall for nothing? Let me finish. So we know we didn't bring back the same team from last year because why risk losing Randall for nothing? Let's go ahead. We got opportunity. Let's spin the wheels, and it makes sense because Randall's going to request $200 million next year. I'd rather give Cat $200 million than Randall $200 million. We all agreed to that 7 months ago, right?
Cat's making way more than that. And I did it.
200. I know, but I did.
This is the team we got, but
I did. But
his point is if you're going to spend the money, spend big.
But had we come back with the same team as last year, we would crush the Pistons. We would
Crush them.
absolutely crush them.
This series would have been a cakewalk, bro. And you can't tell me that, and you know it, dude. And that's the ingredients, because it's the same coach.
You can't say that because it's a
When
different.
what I'm saying,
Healthy, we would crush them.
Okay.
Dante
All right.
would
All
be
right.
cooking.
All right,
Dante DiVincenzo would be cooking. Randall would be killing Tobias Harris. He would be killing Tobias Harris.
bro. But this is the point that I'm getting at is not even that right there. What I'm saying is how do
those are the ingredients, though. Those are the ingredients.
100% of the blame goes to the players in the front office, but the leader of this group on a day-to-day basis gets no blame. Which
nobody said that. Now you're going to a whole nother extreme. No. Because the issue is that everybody blames Tibbs when we lose. Like, it's nobody else's fault but Tibbs. That is what I'm talking about. So don't try to push it onto the far left extreme. Like, I don't think, or we don't think that Tibbs has anything to, but yes, he's part of the team. But the dude
you
who was
didn't
missing,
say that, bro. We've been rocking for 46 minutes, and that's the first time you said that.
Stop it. Stop it.
That, bro. Cowboy Bob,
Tibbs.
did you hear Free Keep say that in the 46 minutes we've been rocking?
I said Tibbs doesn't get all the blame.
What he said was the league is going to pay. We watch professional sports, and somebody's got to bite the bullet. And 99% of the time, the first person to bite the bullet is the coach, because GMs don't fire themselves.
It just is what it is, bro. It has nothing to do with what I want or what you want or what fans want, bro. That's the process. We fail in this first round. Tibbs is a goner, not because I want him gone, because I don't. It's because that's the process. Watch.
But the funny thing is even you guys were talking about the switches that Piston does and everything, and how they're able to do pick and rolls and set it up. That's the same thing Boston does, and we've seen it all year. What I'm simply saying is at some point we need to hold. I'm not saying Tibbs is at fault. I'm not pointing fingers at people to blame. What I'm saying is we need to hold everybody accountable and not just think, okay, let's fire Tibbs and get a new coach.
And you keep saying we. That's what me and Keith's argument is with
y'all
you.
It's not we.
We're not the we. We're not the we. We're telling you what's going to happen.
Y'all are okay with him being the scapegoat, and
he's going to be the scapegoat. We understand reality.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. My whole rant today is the fact that I know that he's going to get the blame, and I hate that.
Okay, maybe I just heard that wrong, but
he's going to get fired if we lose this round. If we lose this round, he's going to get fired. And I hate that.
How do you expect us to win when we've been playing against the same pick and rolls, the same switches, and everything?
We might be in purgatory, Cowboy Bob. We might be in purgatory. We very well may be in purgatory.
It's an investment in this league. And no matter how good Boston is, it took them 5 years to get to where they're at.
But they made sure they moved the pieces right. They got pieces that they can move out.
Let's be real.
Who are you going to move out?
Let me give you an example.
No, because you didn't let me set the stage.
Smart. Marcus Smart. They got rid of Marcus Smart.
Those look good, Freeze.
And when they got rid of Marcus
we don't
Smart,
play no
that
games
was one
here,
of the same. You can say that's the same type of move we did with what we gave up from Mikal Bridges. We gave up a lot of our key assets
in the game, bro.
Tell me who Boston paid 5 draft picks to get on their team.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the impact of the trade. The fact is you gave up your best defensive players.
Bro.
You see what I'm saying?
There's something we do as fans. There's something we do as fans that I think is wrong. And I feel like in our estimations and our analysis is this, that, and the other, especially the players, like we use stuff like, oh, Mikal got to be better. Like, don't he know he was traded for that's 5 first-round picks? What a player is traded for has no concern to the player. If you're mad at his performance versus what he was traded for, then you're mad at Leon. Nobody ever says that.
I'm 100% mad at Leon.
You're mad at Leon. You know what I'm saying? Like, McCallum's being
Freezy spent
McCall.
some money. You over there getting some money. That's why we couldn't get no contract because he's sitting there. He's sitting there with $4,000 worth of golf clubs, talking about our show was falling, and he ain't putting no money. Look at that King Cobra. Look at Freezy's gloves.
Yo, long
And don't want to talk about our CBA.
Nah, man. We'll negotiate when it's time.
It is disappointing that we are still far from winning the championship. The Knicks fans are not going to deal with the excitement of having a team that we feel like should have walked into the Eastern Conference Championship, should at least take Boston and or Cleveland far. We have no wing play. We have zero wing play. You cannot win in this league without wing play. We've been talking about it forever.
You traded for Bridges. That's the whole purpose. Yes, it's an investment that didn't pan out 1,000%, but it did work for us to our advantage. You can't just blame him. You can't just be like, to me, this is all excuses. We are just not as good as we are, and we need someone to buy, whoever it is, someone to go ahead and just snatch it all together. Because to be honest with you, we can't beat Detroit. We're not going to even get a game against Boston. And to me, that's more embarrassing. We struggle with Detroit and then get to the first round. I mean, the next round.
Yeah. Hey, Cowboy Bob, I'm gonna just say this real quick because there's a lot of y'all saying that, bro. Did y'all even watch the Boston Orlando series?
No,
Orlando is giving them. I'm watching it. Orlando is giving them problems. Orlando gave them problems
based upon that wing play.
Orlando runs a defensive system similar to us, except Orlando uses Jonathan Isaac and others as their weak side eraser, and he switches out onto big wings. And we use OG Anunoby straight up on big wings, and we don't have a Jonathan Isaac type defender that can switch onto him. When we switch, it's usually Mikal Bridges. Or if Mitchell Robinson is in a game, he switches for a moment, but looks to switch back because it's not the ideal matchup. Bingo. So when people say we don't stand a chance against Boston, it's because we scared of their jersey. It's because they got the Timmy on us. If you watch Boston play here lately, right, you know Jason Tatum is dealing with a hand injury and he's been off a little bit. You know, Jaylen Brown has been dealing with a bulky knee and he's been off a little bit. The only reason why Orlando is not still in this series is because they didn't have point guard play. But guess what the Knicks have? Point guard play, right? Whether you like the way Jalen Brunson plays point guard or not, Jalen Brunson is still an elite point guard in this league until he's not, right? And then the other thing to consider, the thing to consider is ever since 2019 or 2018, there has not been a repeat champion in the NBA. There has not been a repeat champion in the NBA. Right? So whether the Boston loses to the Knicks or the Cavs or the Thunder or whoever they lose to, they're going to lose to somebody, right? Or that's what the trend is. It's looking like they're going to lose to somebody, right? And I'm asking y'all, why can't that be us? Why are we burying ourselves? We're burying ourselves before the funeral. Cool.
All right. I personally think that we're getting past the Pistons. But I feel like it's going to be it's turning out to be harder than Anthony D. I heard you was talking smack, bro. I'm gonna have to see you. I'm gonna have to see you in the streets.
Hey, D, cut that out, yo. Cut that out.
I'm gonna holler at you.
We definitely trying to line you up, fam.
I know where you at,
definitely
brothers.
lining you up. Yeah,
I'm in Brooklyn too.
Front, and then Freezy gonna run. Too. He threw another grenade and ran.
But salute, big bro.
We ain't got the rollies on, but we got other nice things, baby. We got nice things too.
Salute to the greatest borough God ever created, the Bronx, New York. That's all I'm saying. Salute to the Bronx. That's all.
We got nice things too. You know what I mean? They ain't cheap, baby.
Anthony Anthony D know what it is. He know what it is. He know what it is.
And then he got his
I,
fans down there. Then he got his viewers down there. Chill, leave my man alone. Come on now, y'all. He done brought
just
his trolls
just
out.
leave that like before you leave, Anthony.
Tory B. Ain't no made in China. Knock it off, yo. There's tariffs. I ain't paying no tariffs, Tory B. Sit your ass down.
Mm-mm.
Anti-tariff over here, yo.
Yo, so I got a question for y'all real quick before we wrap up, man.
All right, go ahead.
Do you think the Jalen Brunson injury is going to impact the way that the last three games in this series play out? How much of Jalen Brunson's injury is going to be impacting what we see going forward over the weekend?
I'm concerned because I it's not even so much that I think his ankle is injured so much as it's weak. I don't think that it's like he's fully got his strength back from that recovery in that ankle. And that may cause problems. That may cause problems.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him sit out for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. But
Like at least a
we
quarter.
can't afford it. We can't
Yeah.
afford it, but I could see a world in which it may come down to that.
Yeah, it worries me a lot because it's not just one game. Wasn't it game 2? He hurt himself because someone fell on him and then he got up, left. They changed, and then the game before the last, which was the 5th game. Yeah, 4th game, he got landed on, went in the back for like a whole minute. Like there's been multiple times that I've seen JB get hurt. At least 2-3 times he went in the back. So for me,
And there
I
was a
think
play.
they're gonna have to either shut him down, but it's gonna be like early in the game. They're gonna probably let him play the first quarter, then the second quarter kind of like play as it goes, because in the second and third quarter, I think that's where he gets the most wear and tear. But I think it's gonna affect us a lot.
Fourth quarter.
He has been changing his shoes at halftime, if y'all notice. Yeah, like every halftime he come out, he have a different pair.
Yep.
He going in there getting the quarter zone shot. That's what it
There
is.
was one-
He in trouble.
there was one instance that really kind of disturbed me, and it wasn't even like a gameplay kind of incident. Like he looked the the Pistons was bringing the ball out of the sideline. I don't know if it was a timeout or a foul, whatever, but they bringing up, and like the dude, he just took a step and felt his knee. His ankle just like kind of went out. Like he took a step and stumbled down. No contact, nothing. So like that to me lets me know that he's dealing with some weakness in that ankle.
I think that's what scares me the most, because every time I see him, it's like it's not even OG now where I cringe. Like I see OG go down, I'm like, oh, that's a big man falling down on ground. Like I'm like George of the Jungle. He just gonna keep crashing into that tree. OG been a beast, yo. He just been, I don't care. Boom. But when I see Brunson, it's like,
Yeah.
no, we can't win the series without him, man. This tic-tac injury, I think, is another reason why I'm bringing into the problem with Boston with the switches. Because if you think about it, Tatum's going to always get his matchup when they do that. And if we can't consolidate it now where they don't do it as much as Boston, but they have lesser talent, how are we going to do it against them? That's what's concerning to me. I think it's JB's going under a lot. And it's not just this year. Even last year, he was doing the same thing.
Hey,
So
you scared? Are you scared of Boston, bro?
No, I'm scared of us
I'm
not going
petrified
out
of
and giving us
Boston. Are
the
you
best.
serious?
I ain't scared
You
of
see what
Boston.
they did to us this year?
No.
You'd be
I'm
a
not
fool
scared of
not to
Look,
be scared, not scared of Boston.
Respect all, fear none. But the thing is, at the same time, know your opponent. I'm not scared of Boston. I just don't think that with what we're going through right now, we have the focus of beating them. We can beat them. We have the skill set and everything. And
We have no offensive
but-
identity. Letting
Honestly-
Brunson pound the ball 60% of the game and
But
hoping
your
they get
offensive identity is also your defense. Have we not seen Brunson get into more charges, getting into the passing lanes, even in the dunker spot on defense, creating problems down
He's
low?
one of the worst defenders in the league, even though he leads the league in charges. That ain't getting you. That's
I'm
getting
talking
some
about
charge.
recently. Recently, Brunson has stepped up his defense a lot. He has done it a lot. A lot better than what he was doing all season. I'm more relying on his defense now.
Brunson gives the effort. Brunson definitely gives defensive effort. He just can't always get the job done because of his size and wingspan. But he does give the effort. I'm not even going to front on him on that. But it's just that he just lacks the physical ability. Cool. That's fine. Something comes to mind though. Like, I think we're talking too much about Boston when we're forgetting about the Cavs in the wing. I honestly think the Cavs might be the team to beat this.
Well, but don't we would get Boston next based upon our 3. We would play the 2.
Oh no, yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, but I'm talking about like, even like we keep talking about getting past Boston. Like that's the cherry on the pie when it's really like, like I honestly think that the Cavs might be the actually more difficult lift.
I think the Cavs are going to give the Boston all type of hell, but we need to get past Boston and be the ones to go at the Cavs. The fact of the matter is we still got to deal with injuries, and Boston's banged up. We banged up. A lot of players banged up this time of the year, but it's very disappointing to watch a team come down and get a chance to run at the rim every time. And then we got to run multiple guys at Cade. That is disappointing for me as a Knicks fan. It's just not who we've been. It bugs me.
I just honestly think we got enough talent to beat them. It's just we got to do it. So it is.
Fans love the product that we have this year because so better on paper. Like they love we're supposed to be an offensive juggernaut, but that doesn't work for. But what I think a lot of fans don't realize that doesn't work for the Knicks in particular, who is playing out of MSG. Everybody is coming at you with their best offense. If you are not a Knicks, if a Knicks team is not a defensive juggernaut, they will go nowhere. You'll have a bunch of nice games with some flashy moments, but you'll never win a chip because people perform to their highest degree at MSG.
Yo, I got to get out of here, man. I've been at this office.
Me too.
I'm still in the office.
Me too.
I love y'all, man.
Go New
Great
York,
show.
go New York, go.
The game's tomorrow.
Hey,
I thought the game was Friday.
Hey, man, if y'all have not done so, subscribe to the channel.
Please.
Hit that like button.
And Freezy, let me say this. Let me say this, Freezy.
I just want to thank. Hold on,
I'm sorry.
So just want to thank all the new members of the family that subscribed. A lot of y'all subscribed sight unseen, maybe didn't watch 10, 20 shows or whatever, but then y'all locked in and see what the product is, and y'all come out and view these shows in record numbers. So I just want to say, genuinely, I appreciate all of y'all for coming through and watching us and supporting and everything. And replay gang, y'all be coming out in numbers, man. So salute the replay gang. And man, y'all hit that like button and add comments and everything. Gian, you got.
Yeah, they trying to say that our show ain't the hottest no more. Where our fans at? We need our fans to come back. We need y'all to come check in for me and Keith. They say Anthony D in the old school show, which Freezy's a member of. It's a lot of bias. If y'all still want to see me and Free Keith be number 1 on this platform, smash that like, come peep us out because they hating on us.
And tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the place to be.
And Uncle Freezy, yeah, Uncle Freezy be here on Knicks Freestyle too. So, yeah, man.
And thanks for Cowboy Bob for crashing in.
Cowboy Bob came in, kicked in the door. Y'all salute. Hey, y'all give that young budding star content creator some love, man. Cowboy Bob.
Thank you.
What I'm saying? So we appreciate him for coming through. We gonna get out of here, y'all.
Go.
Peace, everybody.
Peace. Have a good night.